for now. And then whenever you go on live on Facebook, you'll just want to exit out of Facebook once it pulls up on your computer. Otherwise, you'll start getting that echo again.
So here's what's happening is that, wait, should I be, hold on. When I click live on Facebook, it's like going like that. It's sort of like flashing, and then it's not live on Facebook. Oh, okay. It's pulling up live stream Zoom meeting to Facebook Live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I got it. It pulled up another window and I didn't. Okay.
Yeah. Ask you where you want to go live, and you'll just put your personal page and then
share on your own timeline. Okay, cool. All right. Awesome. Ready?
Ready. I'm going to put my Facebook on too.
Are we live?
Let's see. Usually it will say it up in the corner. Does it say it's live on your end?
Not yet. Hold on. Go live. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. Preparing to live stream.
Awesome. Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Awesome. Oh yeah, I see it. It's right there. Hi.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Why am I frozen on there? Because I can't see myself, right? Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm so bad at this. So as promised, I have my friend and business partner, Louise Millman, on this short but sweet live interview. And I'm so excited to have her here. So Louise is a friend and a business partner, but I met her originally, I guess you could say originally first through the world of social media, and then through our previous network marketing business, or I'm not sure what that exact order was, but perhaps it was first through our previous network marketing business, and then I was sort of following her on social media. And in that previous network marketing business, just a little quick background, in that previous network marketing business, we were both hustling, working hard, top enrollers, winning the incentive trips, going for it, like pushing in a way that was like not sustainable and exhausting and et cetera, and not seeing the results that we thought we would see. And I was in that business for 4.5 years. Louise, you were in for 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so I stayed in a little, I all of a sudden was following Louise on social media, and I saw that she was doing something else. And I reached out to her and I said, what are you doing? And, and then from there on, I was following her and we started chatting about this other business that she just made like a pivot, jumped into. And in the span of 18 months, which if you read my post from earlier today, when I shared Louise's awesome reel, dancing to her mailbox and collecting 20 or 30 checks out of her mailbox. I freaking love that video. I can watch it over and over again because she was so damn cute. And it's like one of my favorite songs from growing up. So she, within a very short period of time, has had massive success, and she can tell you a little bit more, but is building the life of her dreams, bought 26 acres in northern Georgia, which I haven't visited yet, going off grid, building a permaculture paradise, homeschooling, unschooling her 2 beautiful girls, and is really creating something that most people only dream of. So I wanted to bring her in here to share with you, because I know sometimes you hear about these things and you're like, nobody does that. That's not real. Nobody can really do that. And it's like, I'm here to show you this woman who I absolutely adore, who has done it and is doing it, and how it's possible for all of us. So Louise, do you want to introduce yourself any further before we go? We're just going to have a few short questions, and we're going to keep this under 20 minutes, I think. I think that might be possible. Maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll do our best, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I really like, other than the fact that I was one of those people that you talk about that used to think like, that's never going to be me, right? Like, oh, that would be success for her or for him or whatever, but I never actually imagined like actually being like some, like I never really was a part of a business, or I never had the vehicle, you could say, that could actually lead you to the type of success that is possible in this business. Because previously with our network marketing company that we work with, we just work with very low, I mean, great, amazing, like high vibrational products, right? That are great for people. And it was amazing. I mean, love the product, love the people. But just like the business model itself was not set up necessarily for anybody and everybody that wanted to actually have that type of success. And so I was always like, that'll never be me. I'm like, oh, good for her, great job, like, but I never really imagined like it was super possible for myself or for anybody else. And it totally is, because we've seen it happen over and over and over again in our business. And it's just like waiting for that person who wants it bad enough to go out and make it happen, right? But it's so super possible.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm tagging people that I know want to be watching, and just to remind them that we're live.
Awesome.
So I'm going to ask you a few short questions.
Okay.
And I guess my first question would be, let's see, I do have them written down. So my first question would be, who is this business for? Is it for anyone? Is it, who is it for? Who can do this?
Yeah, well, I mean, it absolutely could be for anyone. It's maybe not necessarily going to be for everyone, but it really could. I mean, the way that I look at it, it's really for anybody that is looking for a little bit of more freedom in their life, right? And whether that's going to be like time freedom, financial freedom, like any kind of freedom. Like we're all kind of sort of lacking that. Like most people in today's world, considering the crazy shit that's going on in the world, is lacking that. So it's anybody that's really looking for that extra freedom. And also, I would say people who don't buy the narrative, right? That don't buy the narrative that you have to go and like spend your younger years going into crazy amounts of debt to get a piece of paper that's supposed to tell you that you can have a job where you can like build someone else's dreams instead of your own. And you have to work that job for 40, 50 plus years before you can actually like settle down and retire to enjoy your own. Like I call bullshit on all that. And anybody else who calls bullshit on that too and doesn't buy the narrative, this might be something for you, right? I mean, like we are so celebrated in our world every single time we go out, because society conditions us to think that this is an amazing thing. Like, oh, you spent $40,000 on your college education. Congratulations. You just spent $50,000 on a new car. Now you're more and more in debt, right? You just spent $100,000 on your new, whatever, your wedding that you spent one day, and everyone's like, congrats, congrats, congrats. But then you tell someone like, oh, but you spent $2,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 to start a new business. And people are like, oh, I don't know. Are you sure about that? And there's always this like disconnect, because society is celebrating us for doing this, like following the narrative. I mean, it's like, this is what we've been fed. This is what we've been taught to do. And if you don't buy it, I didn't buy it. I don't think that I want to build someone else's dreams, right? I want to build my own, which is why I'm here and why I'm doing it. So anybody who really feels the same way, that they're like, there's something wrong with this picture, right? Or maybe not that there's something wrong with it, but they just didn't feel like they wanted to eat it up like cake, because they're like, this doesn't feel like cake. I don't want to have to wait until I'm 70 to enjoy my life, right? So if anyone who's feeling like that, this business could absolutely be for you. I mean, really, this business could be for anybody. But I would say that those are probably some of the people that I speak to the most, people that are just like, they're not buying the narrative, right? And what just so happens, we utilize attraction marketing here, so there's no like surprises. Like when we end up having like a whole bunch of people join us that are very similar to us, like we're all different in ways, but we're also very similar, because we use attraction marketing, and the stuff really works. Like you really attract your people, right? Like you there's like this skill to like finding the people that are just like you to come and join you in a business. And so I happen to find like a lot of people that maybe just felt like there's like these new earth leaders that are just like, especially in today's world, where they're just not feeling like, even if they're not conspiracy minded, they're still just like, they're feeling that there's something that's just not right about what's going on in the world, and they're looking for a way out. And that is also another type of people, or another group of people. And maybe they're also kind of like in the same category as the people who don't buy the narrative, but it's another group of people that this business could very much speak to, because this is very much a way out of the system that's keeping us all so damn trapped, and living that life, that lack of freedom that everybody, that I feel like many people that are stuck in these in these situations are just, you know, people who want to get out of them so that they can lead the new way for future generations. Those are the people that are going to want to look into this type of business, because those are really like, that's what our container is full of, right? Our entire collective and community is full of people just like that. So yeah. Also, you know, just like Jessica and I, burnt out network marketers. I mean, you've got lots of those in our business as well.
Burnt out yoga teachers, burnt out network marketers.
Yeah, burnt out mamas who feel like they were, you know, told they can't have their own money. They have to stay home with their kids. And, you know, there's just such a way for so many people to just like flip that script and be like, no, like I want to take control of my own damn life and I want to do it now. Then this might be for you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Okay, next question. Hold on. Thank goodness we wrote them down. So what skills or skill sets would you say are needed to do this business? Because a lot of people, they're like, well, maybe I'm interested in the business, but like I'm not qualified, right? So like, and I don't have a social media following. I don't have a product. I've never sold anything. That was me in my previous network marketing business. I was like, I've never sold anything in my entire life. I'm not a salesperson, or, you know, so what skills or skill sets would you say are needed?
Well, that's a really great question. I think that the most important thing would probably be just the ability to be able to, I want to say like coachable, but really it's more about the internal work. So we have this saying in our business that like 80% of our success comes from doing internal work, right? And being willing to work on yourself constantly over and over and over again. Like we call ourselves within our business, we call ourselves conscious entrepreneurs. And to me, a conscious entrepreneur is someone who is growth obsessed, right? They want to grow. They also want to take responsibility for their own business, their own actions, right? If you succeed in this business, guess what? That's because you did this, right? If you fail in this business, which there's really no failures, really, like failure just equals learning, you know, all that. But you know what I'm saying? Like if you didn't reach what you wanted to reach at a certain time or whatever, that's on you, right? So people who are willing to like look at themselves and like be able to take that responsibility for their future, for their life, these are the types of skills that you're going to have. And so like internal work, one of those things is just being able to really do the internal work to constantly heal yourself so that you can show up as the best version of yourself. That is something that anybody could do. You don't have to have a skill for that. You just have to have the desire. So I don't really know that there's like a skill. Any skill can be learned. Like you can learn any skill. I didn't have very many skills when I started this. Like, as a matter of fact, when someone was like online business, like I almost didn't even want to join because I was almost like, ooh, I don't know about that. Like I don't have online skills. I don't have online following. I think at the time I had 300 followers on Instagram when I first started this. And I was like, you know, someone might say, oh, I'm gonna have 300 followers. Like, I don't know if I can do this business. No, like you can't let stuff like that hold you back from your dreams. Like that's the type of stuff that you have to be willing to overcome, because if I would have stopped myself from joining this online business because I only had 300 followers, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And I cannot even imagine if I would have said no to this, you know, like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that I didn't let that stuff stand in my way. So really, I think that just the desire to be a better version of yourself and willing to do the work that it takes to become that better person. And then all the skill stuff can come. I mean, we have an entire platform that teaches you anything you want to know about attraction marketing. We have everything that teaches you, you want to learn how to grow your Instagram, you want to learn how to do your Facebook, you want to learn how to write posts, you want to learn how to make videos, Canva, Reels, store. I mean, like all this stuff can all easily be learned within 15-minute videos that you just have to, again, be willing to take the time to go and learn them. But it's all just about having the desire to create it in the first place and being able to see yourself through the desires that you have. Everything else can very much. I mean, this business literally can be done by anybody with the desire to create a different life. Including
homeschooling, unschooling, permaculture, gardening, yeah, like you don't need to, when I think about, and I've never had a traditional job personally, but when I think about the amount of time that people spend, you know, the 9 to 5, the corporate world, like the commute and the hours and the vacation time, like it hurts my heart, because I feel like really like, I mean, and many people love their corporate jobs, but I just don't feel like that's life. Like yeah. Okay. So I'm going to skip. What does the word freedom, we hear this word a lot in this business, a freedompreneur, building a life of freedom. creating your dream life, it's all about freedom. What does that word bring up for you? What does that word mean to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, freedom to me, simply put, means having choice, right?
Yeah.
Having choice. And that's where I feel like there's so many people in this world that are lacking that choice. So many people I know to this day are having things done to them against their own will because they feel like they have to either do this or put food on the table for their family, or just like choice in general, to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do, how you want to spend your time, or what you want to spend your time doing. How do you want to even think? I mean, like, so many people don't think about freedom in an aspect of their mind, like, and this might sound a little crazy for some people depending, but like, even our thoughts have been controlled since we have been a small child growing up, right? And it's being able to set yourself free from being able to choose, what am I going to think about today? Which sometimes often has to be, what am I going to have to unthink about first, because I've been told to think about this, and rewrite that, constantly, again, being growth obsessed, because you have to grow every single day and continue to grow to be able to like hold on to that, like as you change and as you morph into a freer version of yourself. But really, I think what freedom means to me is very simply put, is just having choices and having more resources, because when we are resourced, then that's when we can have the choice. Resourced people are very hard to control, because guess what? I don't need you to tell me that I have to do this or else I can't eat, or I can't have a job, or I can't go into a grocery store, or I can't do that. Like, I don't need your damn grocery store because I'm growing my own damn food in the backyard, right? I don't need your stupid job because I got my own damn business. I don't need your school because my kids are very well educated on their own. Like, just having the choices to be able to just make those choices for yourself. I think that would be freedom to me in a very simple, since we want to keep this 20 minutes, right? we can go on and on about that.
Okay, last question. So we, in this business, when I was introduced to this business, someone said to me something along the lines of 10K months. And I was like, well, that's great. But I actually, my life of freedom is more than 10K months, like well more than 10K months. However, 10K months for many people is life-changing. So when a lot of people around the globe think about, I live in a place where, you can't really live, sadly, I live in a very expensive area. However, 10K months is life-changing. You are well beyond that at this stage of the game. And you're on this run, word on the street is that you're on this run for $100,000 in 100 days. Mm-hmm. And that you've either done it already or you're very close to doing it. And which is freaking amazing. And like, and Louise is like one of the most sort of humble people I know. And when it's hard for her, I know it's hard for you to actually even like talk about what you've accomplished here in this space, but that you always say, like, I'm not saying it to be like, well, look what I did, but like, look at what you can do, like, look at what is possible. So right. That is like a really beautiful, like, just like kind of flipping it around and like, look at what is possible here in this space. So with that being said, what is your vision moving forward, and what are you manifesting now and next?
Right. Oh my gosh, I love that, because it's true. Like, I really had so many limiting beliefs about talking, and like, even as I saw, money is just an energy coming in, right? But like, I've never made the type of money that we're making right now, like, ever. Like, I mean, my husband was in the military for 6 years. Like, we literally lived on $36,000 a year in California.
Wow. Yeah, like the Hamptons.
Like, so, for this type, like, we're making the type of money at this point in our business where we're making what we make in 1 month, what we made in an entire year. And so part of me is just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Right. It's all about like having these like resources. And like what Jessica said, it's like all about, it's not over here like, look at me, look what I'm doing, but it is more about like, look at what is possible if you want to put your mind to something, look what you can create too. And this is the type of money that is absolutely life-changing, because we get to now have those choices that we just talked about. We get to actually have that freedom to do whatever the hell we want to do. And I'm saying, moving forward, for me, it's not even about creating more and more and more for myself, although I will create more for myself as I continue to help others do the same thing. So that would be my next goal, really, would just be to like help as many people that have already locked arms with me within this business, right? Helping them create the same exact success that I have been creating myself, right? So anybody that's deciding to lock arms with them, who's also already locked arms with me, I mean, like my whole vision and goal is just to help every single one of those people get to where they want to be, whether that's $10,000 months, whether that's $35,000 months, whether that's $100,000 a month. I mean, our like really like the potential in our business is completely uncapped. Like there's nothing, like there's no cap on the amount of money that you can make in this space. And again, money is just energy that comes to us, but we all need it to live. And we all definitely need it if we want to have that freedom that we talked about, if we want to have those choices, or we can be able to make, you know, I want to be able to help people be able to say no if they want to say no, whether it's to a medical procedure, whether it's to, I mean, whatever it is. I don't want to go too like political here or anything either, but whatever it is, I want somebody to be able to say no if they want to be able to say no and not have to worry about the next step or what they're going to be losing if they say no. But I also want people to be able to say yes to whatever the hell it is that they want to say yes to also, right? So that when you're resourced, you have the ability to say yes and you have the ability to say no, because you have the ability to make a choice. And that's what freedom is. So I would say that my goal would be to just help as many people as possible really create the success that they're looking to create. So everything that I'm doing, and you know what I love about that is it just really brings together a community. Like it really brings together. Totally. Yeah, like I love the fact that we get to work together, because one of the best things about this business is we have an entire community of like light workers, healers, like black sheep of the family,
burnt out yogis, burnt out network marketers.
Yes, like all, and like we're all coming together and we support the shit out of each other, because all we want to do is see more people in this world resourced enough to be able to stand up and do what they want to do, or not have to do what they don't want to do. And all of us are working together. And so I would say that would be my answer, is just like the goal is to just help as many people as possible reach whatever it is that they're wanting to reach. And that's what lights me up now, like seeing other people come in after me that are like, I want this, right? I want to go live off grid on acreage and have my kids running around barefoot, jumping in puddles. And, you know, and I'm like, yes, you do want this, because let me tell you, it's incredible. And let me help you get it. Right. And that's where I'm at in my business, is just wanting to help as many people as possible. I know, I think I said that like 3 times.
That's awesome. So if somebody is watching this video, and I'm sure if you're watching this live, let us know. We can't see it on Facebook. And if you're watching the replay, you can put in #replay. But if you are interested, if your interest has been piqued, if your curiosity has been piqued, Louise, what would be the next steps for someone?
I would say if you're interested in learning more about this business, we do have an epic 3-day mastermind coming up. It's called Fast Track to Freedom. Again, here's that word coming up, right? Fast Track to Freedom, how to earn an uncapped income and make an uncapped impact in the online space. So there's a I think that's a long title. That's a long title. But it's our entire collective. Our entire collective is putting this on. It's going to be amazing. It's 3 days. There's going to be replays available if you can't make the time, but it starts on Sunday. And I think that the best thing, if you're interested in learning more about what it is that we do, is probably reach out to the person that invited you to watch this live. I know this is on Jessica's personal page, but it's also going to get shared into a few groups. And so whoever invited you to the space that you're watching this, whether it's someone's personal page or whether it's a group, like just reach out to them, because they have a link for you that you could register and you can go through this free masterclass. It's a 3-day long masterclass. Again, replays are available if you can't catch them live, but there's just 1-hour videos a day of us going over what it is that we have in this space. We peel back the curtain and we're going to show you truly what it is to create legacy wealth in the online space, what it's like to have a business that you can pick up and put in your pocket and bring it with you anywhere you go, right? Where you can reach millions of people with the click of a button. I mean, all these things is what's possible within the online space and how you can literally create uncapped income. So that's what I would say. I would say reach out to somebody, get yourself into that mastermind. It's going to be freaking epic. And
it starts on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So it's coming up in just a few days. Is it 8 p.m. our time, Eastern time?
Yes.
Each evening, which is actually a great time for a lot of us if you've got kids and whatnot. So yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. You'll need about an hour maybe per evening, but of course, like once you're in the group, the replays are available, and it's going to be freaking awesome.
Yes.
Yay.
So excited about it.
That was pretty good. What's our timing? Let's see. Oh, 29. Shoot. But that was from when I started recording back in the Zoom. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. You can comment below, reach out to me, reach out to Louise, reach out to the person who invited you here. And thank you so much for your time. And we'll speak soon.
Thanks.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.